Hello, readers, and welcome to AwardsCircuit. Circuit Breaker, the extras, brought to you by the entertainment website AwardsCircuit.com for the final time. So, here today with everyone, Karen's actually going to intro everyone while I grab the link and put it in our chat where you can hang out with us for the next 2 hours. Karen, take it away.
I'm feeling so lonely. I'm the only woman in this room right now. Anyway, hi everyone. It's so good to, well, not see you, but know that you're out there. And so we've got with us today Mark Johnson.
Hi everybody.
Nathan Freemeyer, our tech extraordinaire. Shane Slater. You guys can talk, like unmute yourselves and talk. Say hi.
Hey.
Hey, Ryan McQuaid.
Hi, Karen Peterson.
Stephen Prusakowski.
Hello.
Brad Weir.
Hello. Hello.
Joseph Braverman.
Hey.
And Matthew Passantino.
Hi, everybody.
So, as you can see, we're missing a few people. Joey's probably still asleep or passed out or something. Who knows? Since he's not here, we can make fun of him, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the
All right.
rules.
What Kevin Smith movie do you think Joey is watching right now at this moment?
Tusk.
Red State.
Red State.
I was gonna say Red State for sure. Definitely Red State.
Mm.
All right, readers, if you are following along right now, I am just grabbing everything from this episode and putting it in, because for some reason when we go live, it grabs like the last Circuit Breaker extras thing that we had. So actually right now, if you look, it's going to say that we're talking about what we do in the shadows for some reason, but why not?
I mean, we can always talk
We
about
should
that,
talk
right?
about what we do in the
Great
shadows.
Oh, the show. Oh,
Yeah, not the movie. Oh God.
No.
So can someone please educate Mark on what stuff is?
that was I was trying to be,
I've been trying for 7 years, Clayton. I've given up. He's Sasha's problem now.
That's true. Thanks for trying.
And failing miserably. I mean, like that's that. All right.
Joey says he never got the invitation.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to forward it to him?
Yeah, could you?
I like how he like says something now. Like
Yeah. We've been posting it on Twitter
we've
all.
been talking about it for like a week.
I think he like retweeted it too. So it's like,
All right, tell him.
And
Tell
I
him.
literally talked to him yesterday, and he said, where? He's like, did you send out invite? I said, yeah, I emailed it. Said, okay, cool, no problem.
Tell him if you're talking to him. Tell him I emailed it to him.
Okay.
Oh boy. All right. Live television, by live television, live
Right.
YouTube. All right, hold on. Let me just change the thing out and then share it out. So while that's happening, everyone, readers that are going to come in, but I thought it'd be a good thing for this top of the episode, because a lot of people have never seen your faces before or probably don't know who a lot of you are. We do have more women on staff than what's here right now, I promise you. It's just, LV is a lawyer and very, very important to the world. So we need her to handle stuff that's happening there. And then Audrey, I think, is, I don't know, being in Massachusetts. She lives in Massachusetts.
And Jessica's like saving people from COVID or something.
Or something. Yeah. All right. So going quick around, Nathan, just like 10 seconds, like about yourself, where you're from, what do you do, and how you got mixed up with me. That's a different question.
So I'm Nathan. I'm a designer based in Pasadena, LA area. So yeah, I got hooked up with Clayton because he was looking to do some work on the prediction side of the design, and I kind of ended up getting my hands in about everything. And we ended up doing logos and the whole website. And yeah, so one interesting thing that Clayton doesn't know is when he hired me on, I was actually interviewing at at a few places full time, and not really wanting to do full time work. And it's like, this is kind of one of those. This is the thing, because all of the rest of my work was kind of, you know, freelance work. It's piecemeal, and this was kind of like a long term, slower, steady thing that made me feel like I can do the type of design work that I want to do, not just the type of stuff that, you know, that the man wants me to do.
The man. Does the man look like Mark Johnson to you, by the way?
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, does he look just like that?
Maybe less beard.
Yeah, a little less.
Yeah,
weird.
less beard, less awful.
Yeah.
More awful.
Yeah.
Oh man, awesome. Well, thanks, Nate. Shane, the man from Jamaica.
Hey, as Clayton said, I'm from Jamaica, based here. I started at AwardsCircuit in 2014. I just found the original communication I had with Clayton, and he made a call for contributors.
That's proprietary information. I need you to keep that to yourself.
I would love to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, way back in May 2014 when he was looking for writers, and I started out doing news and then gradually, you know, got into reviews and other things. So yeah, it's been a great time writing for AwardsCircuit, and I'm gonna be sad to see the site go.
Yeah. It's been great having you, Shane. Ryan McQuaid, you sir.
Well, everyone, I think has heard me on the podcast, or I've been on these before, but I'm in San Antonio, Texas, and I've been with the AwardsCircuit for about a little over a year, and I had Clayton on my podcast. I've had Karen and others on my podcast on In Session Film, Chasing the Gold, but I had Clayton on, and it was just me and him. It was mostly Clayton talking throughout that episode. He went
surprise.
Go listen to that. It was a quick 45 minutes too, and so I was appreciated, you know, any time I get with Clayton. But then he was like, "Hey, that was pretty good," and I was like, "Yeah, that was very good." And so we kind of mutually reached out to each other, and then I got a call from Clayton in the middle of a movie, and I lied to him and told him that the movie was finishing. So me and him were talking, and we talked for about 20 minutes. So I just completely missed the middle of this movie. So I had to go and re-buy a ticket to see Little Woods so that I could actually know how the whole movie ended. And I never told him that. So yeah, what better time than to tell you that now, Clayton?
Why
I need you never to.
Movie?
I need you never to give me up for Tessa Thompson. Like, it's always Tessa Thompson.
Right,
She's
for
the
sure.
first choice.
Hey, I bought
every single time
double tickets for that movie.
Sure.
So
I mean, yeah. Well, actually, you're supporting her more.
I
than,
supported her more than a lot of people did.
Yeah, true.
And Neil DeCastro. So,
all right, awesome.
A good point.
Mr. Braverman.
Hey, I'm Joseph. Most of you guys already know that. I live in Los Angeles, usually sunny, but as you can see through the window here, a little overcast today.
I can't see that at all. It still looks bright.
I know what to say. It looks sunnier than Ohio.
Like it's super dim here.
It's super overcast today.
Yeah. I started with I feel like I'm one of the OGs, I guess. I don't know.
You are.
Yeah.
9 years ago in 2011, I would say, I think November, December, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
When did you guys officially become AwardsCircuit from Oscar Igloo? Was it
2008, May 1st, 2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So because I was reading Oscar Igloo since like the Crash days. Like I remember when you guys were predicting Crash to win. Like this is before the Golden Globes snub too. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, this is someone I need to, you know.
Yeah, we gotta give shout out to Johnny Alba on that one because he was handling predictions at that time, and that's when I was handling the blog through Blogger.
Oh man.
Which still exists. If you search for it, you find, oh my God, it's the worst. So actually don't search for it. It's pretty bad. But yeah, Blogger.
You know people are.
Yeah, you know they're looking right now. They're like, what was Clayton talking about? I was predicting, I remember 2007, I was predicting Into the Wild to win Best Picture. I thought it was gonna do it. early
Yeah.
on
Hmm.
until like Cohen's did everything. All right, Bradley Weir.
Hello.
We're gonna hear a fancy accent, so go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
So as you can probably tell, I'm British.
A wee
I
bit.
I only started this year, like January, February, I think it was, when Clayton made a tweet out saying that he was looking for like new staff writers and stuff. So I put my name forward. I'd been reading the site pretty much my entire kind of adult life. I worked out the other day, I was 10 years old when AwardsCircuit started. So
Thanks for that.
yeah,
I just-
sorry to make everyone feel old.
Goodbye.
Your sound's breaking up, Bradley. I can't quite hear you anymore. Yes, you said you were 25 years old when AwardsCircuit started?
No, that was
Got
it. Yeah.
Got it. Awesome.
But yeah, I was grateful to Clayton for taking a chance on me. It was kind of my first proper writing job, I guess. And yeah, it's been really, really fun working on here for the last few months. So that's it, go.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for being here. Steve Pruzikowski.
Hello, I'm Steve. I got on board by chance. I was invited to I think 7-year-old or 6-year-old's birthday party, and at the bottom of the email was a signature that said AwardsCircuit, and I'm like, wait a minute, is that AwardsCircuit?
I need you to get to the end of that story really fast because it sounds like I'm inviting 6 and 7-year-olds to parties. I need you to get to the part why I sent you that invitation.
Clayton, Variety just sent an email.
I know, Variety's watching, man, and I need you to get to that part.
Sophia and my daughter Serafina are best buds. So
they go to school together. Thank you.
They go to school together. Yeah, and so I saw it on the email, and I'm like, I didn't realize that AwardsCircuit, I didn't realize the connection. So I reached out a few months later and started talking, and I got involved with branding and video production, editing, logos, all that. And then I had the opportunity to cover the New York Comic Con, and that opened a lot of doors and gave me a lot of great experiences. And then continue doing that and some writing, and then helping out Nate with the big rebrand, and that's about it. It's been a great ride.
Cool. Matt Passantino.
I'm Matt. I'm from upstate New York, which is always overcast, and
Rochester.
Rochester,
right?
yeah. It's a permanent state of overcast. Like Mo said, I've been reading since the Oscar Igloo days, so. I responded to a tweet looking for new freelancers, and a year and a half later, here we are.
Awesome. And last but not least, the Smith Sir himself, Joey Magidson.
I can erase you, Matt. I've been writing since the Oscar Igloo days. Though nothing changed. I read an article that called for new writers and wrote about. I reviewed 28 weeks later. That was how long ago this was. And I wrote about the year before his Oscar race, which was The Departed. And Johnny Alba misguidedly said yes. And he's been regretting that ever since.
My dream right now is that Johnny Alba is like watching this and he asks to jump in real quick. I'll 100% let him in. I have no idea where he is till this day.
No, it's so much better than The Truth, which he probably hasn't thought about us in a decade.
I think he has. I like to think that he has. That would be like awful if like he just never ever.
I don't know.
Ever.
He's doing well enough that he doesn't seem to pay it that much attention.
Yeah, but it's fine. Actually, I just looked really quick, and oh my god, I think he's
the president of Chile.
No, I looked. I was looking right now to see what the review I sent into Johnny Alba was to get the job at Oscar Igloo.
Which Mortal Kombat was it?
It wasn't Mortal Kombat. Bastard. I don't know. I'll find out. I'm gonna start digging a little bit. I think I have like an archive of it, but I want to say maybe it was like closer. But no, I can't be.
That's 2004.
No, that wouldn't be. It could be before that. I'm not sure. Maybe Mystic River? Maybe. I don't know. I gotta find out. All right.
That would fit closer.
Yep. All right. So now we have some readers in the chat now because everyone started coming in. I've been sending out the link. Share out the links, everyone, if you can, real quick. Ryan McDermott said, "When are we doing ACA 1989?"
Wow. Someone had to say it.
Yeah.
Right
we're going
now.
to do ACA Best of the Decades.
Right
I think I actually want to start off with that because that's going to be something fun and we don't have to get all like sad and shit during that. So Best of the Decades, ACA, just to let everyone know, it's AwardsCircuit Community Awards. It was voted on by our readers, where we just talk, where you guys get to vote on whatever it is you want on the year, the best of film and performances and all that good stuff. So we just finished up 1990 last 2 weeks ago, where it was Goodfellas that walked away and that ended the 1990 decade. So now all the ACA winners of 99 to 90 are competing, and I am closing this up now and going to reveal some winners.
And
this is where Mark gets
they're all ties.
Yeah, this is where Mark get. I swear to God, there's a tie. I'm not saying it. Like I will.
Yeah,
overthrow.
pick one. Just pick one.
I'm gonna overthrow. I haven't voted.
I mean, there's 11.
I swear to God, I'll be the tying vote.
There's 11 of us. We could be like the jury on Survivor.
Oh yeah.
Decide the finale.
How long have you been waiting to make this the jury of Survivor, Mark?
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
For the last time, AwardsCircuit Community Awards, Best of the Decade. We're in 1990, starting with Best Original Score. Let's see. Nominees are, these are the winners of the decade. We had a tie in 1990, so there are two there. Edward Scissorhands, Danny Elfman, Home Alone, John Williams, Beauty and the Beast, Alan Menken, Aladdin, Alan Menken, Jurassic Park, John Williams, Lion King, Hans Zimmer. Not Hans Zimmer, Alan Silvestri. Wait, yeah, Alan Menken, right? I'm right. Who did the score? I feel like someone corrected me, and that's why I was ready for that. Hold on. Who did the score for Lion King?
Just Zimmer. Didn't he win
I thought it was
right?
Hans Zimmer.
I feel like somebody corrected me on Twitter and said, "No, you're wrong," or maybe I'm wrong on Aladdin. But no, I think that's right too. Whatever.
Hans Zimmer.
All right, Lion King. Then Braveheart, James Horner. Fargo, Carter Burwell. Titanic, James Horner. Truman Show, Burkhard von Dalwitz and Philip Glass, and American Beauty, Thomas Newman. We can shout out what our personal preferences, score of that decade, of those that were given.
I'm a Carter Burwell guy, so I'd want Fargo for that.
It's definitely up there. I'd be between that or maybe Titanic, honestly.
Or Dances with Wolves secretly.
Yeah, if that was nominated. God damn it.
Yeah.
Scissorhands.
Jurassic Park is mine.
Jurassic Park's great.
Jurassic
choice,
Park.
too.
So Shawshank would have been.
Beauty and the Beast.
Jurassic Park.
Ryan, you said Beauty and the Beast. Shane, you were saying something?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. All right. Let's see. Score of the decade, 1990 is Jurassic Park.
Woo!
John Williams. Runner-up is Lion King, Hans Zimmer.
Nice.
Good
Visual
winner.
effects of the decade. Total Recall. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Death Becomes Her. Jurassic Park. Forrest Gump. Apollo 13. Independence Day. Titanic. What Dreams May Come. The Matrix.
The
That's
Matrix.
really baller.
The Matrix.
Matrix should win. I think Jurassic Park might win.
I think Jurassic Park should win.
Jurassic
I'd be.
Park
Yeah,
should
go ahead, Joey.
win. Yeah, Jurassic Park should win, though I love What Dreams May Come. There's my like. It's never going to win, but is up there.
Mark, what were you saying?
I think I'd be voting for Titanic, but Jurassic Park would be a close second.
I'd be between Titanic and Jurassic Park. I'm all about like what holds up decades later, and Jurassic Park.
Well,
still
Mark would
holds up.
know. He did see Titanic in real life, so you know.
And the dinosaurs.
I was
Yeah.
there.
And the first
Boom.
Independence Day. We really got everything here.
Yeah, I mean, shit. If I was there for the
Yeah.
dinosaurs, I was pretty much there for all
Nice.
of these.
Your beard sure was.
Let me see if the readers are also like contributing anything here in terms of thoughts on that.
You got to dig on Mark. Send it in.
Well, they're a little bit behind anyway. So, Ryan McDermott was hoping for Titanic or American Beauty, but Dances with Wolves would have taken it in a walk if it had won. That's what Ryan McDermott says.
Yeah, a lot of good that's doing.
Yeah. All right.
I wonder if he
visual
meant.
effects of
Did
the
he mean
decade.
score for that? He meant
It
score.
was
for
talking
that.
about score from before because they're
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little behind us.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
All right. Visual effects of the decade is Jurassic Park.
Wow.
Runner up,
Two.
The Matrix.
Okay. 2 for JP right out the bat.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. Sound of the decade. Total Recall, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Aladdin, Jurassic Park, The Lion King, Apollo 13, Independence Day, Titanic, Saving Private Ryan, The Matrix.
Private Ryan.
Yes, Private Ryan for sure.
Yeah. Unless Jurassic Park is just sweeping.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Yeah.
say I might just jinx Jurassic Park and say that this time, but it'd be between that and Saving Private Ryan. I think I'd go Saving Private Ryan because that opening.
Yeah, I'd be between Private Ryan and Terminator 2 probably for
Yeah.
sound. I mean, for my personal preference.
I think my personal is Apollo 13.
Yeah, that's
Good one.
yeah,
Good one, too.
Titanic also as well.
Yeah.
Robert
Titanic.
Hamer, wherever he is probably screaming Titanic because he's always
Yeah.
about the technical merits of that.
Yeah,
The sound of
for
the
sure.
metal bending on Titanic was
Yeah.
chilling. So.
All right, sound of the decade goes to Jurassic Park.
Dang.
It's runner up,
Three.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
All right. Editing of the decade. Ooh. Goodfellas, The Silence of the Lambs, Unforgiven, Jurassic Park, Pulp Fiction, Seven, Fargo, Titanic, Saving Private Ryan, The Matrix. I think I'm on The Matrix here.
So on this one, I would
Yeah.
actually go with Titanic because of the fact that it's such a long movie and it keeps you engaged the entire time.
Yeah, the pacing's great.
Mhm.
I think
Ryan.
Goodfellas. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Private Ryan, but watch out for Pulp Fiction just because of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
timeline.
Pulp, yeah.
Mark,
I
what
feel
were you
like the
saying?
fact that the
That's
Matrix
where-
is there makes it a
Oh.
front runner.
Go ahead, Joseph. What?
No, I said the fact that the Matrix is even included makes it a front runner.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mark. What were you saying?
I think I said this a lot on the 1990 edition, but I think Goodfellas is one of the best cut films of all time, and Pulp Fiction's like right up there with it. So I'd be between those two. I'd lean Goodfellas.
I think people are going to remember the first 20 minutes of Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sneak
All right.
in there.
All right. Editing of the decade by one vote. Goodfellas.
Oh.
Right, Thelma.
Runner up is a tie. I don't care about runner up ties because we're not the winners. I don't care.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So runner up tie is Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
And Saving Private Ryan.
Nice.
Yeah, good choices.
Good choices. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they were all of them. Those were really good nominees too.
Yeah. All right. We're in costumes of the decade. Dick Tracy, Hook, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Schindler's List, Interview with the Vampire Chronicles, Braveheart, Hamlet, Titanic, Shakespeare in Love, Sleepy Hollow.
Hook.
Yeah, go for
Hook
it.
for everything.
Hook.
Yeah.
I love Hook.
Interview with
Rufio.
a Vampire.
I mean,
Gonna
Karen.
be
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah.
Karen.
Honestly, I think those costumes are
Those are-
amazing.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
they're
I'm
they're,
sure
they're
exactly
they
what
are though. That's a great choice. I think I'd go Bram Stoker's Dracula for mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Titanic.
Karen,
I would do
Tom
Titanic.
Cruise's costume crumpled in the corner does not count.
All right. Costume of the decade. Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's the
Harvey Weinstein, you're
Sandy
not allowed to
Powell.
vote.
Sandy Powell.
Oh, it's Sandy though. That's fine.
Runner up is Dick Tracy.
Yeah, that's a great
that's
great
right.
choice
Alright.
too.
Wow, Shakespeare in Love. Interesting.
Justice for Hook.
Costume
Those are
drama,
good
right?
costumes too. I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Sandy. It's you can't go wrong with Sandy.
I agree with
but
you, Matt. Justice
Right.
for Hook.
Cinematography of the decade. Goodfellas, Silence of the Lambs, A River Runs Through It, Schindler's List, The Shawshank Redemption, Seven, Fargo, Titanic, Saving Private Ryan, American Beauty.
That's hard.
It'll be one of the Spielbergs, but it should
Yeah.
be Shawshank.
Schindler's.
I'll go
I'd
for
go
Schindler's List for that.
I would go Schindler's as well.
I think I go Schindler also.
Yeah, Schindler's
So,
for me too.
Yeah.
I think
Shawshank.
my secret second may be 7, and I'm not even
Yeah.
that great. I'm not even that large on 7.
Darius Kanji.
Yeah, Darius Kanji's work on that too. I mean, Titanic also, obviously.
And
I mean,
Titanic is incredible.
And Saving Private Ryan. It's
Saving
pretty
Private
awesome
Ryan,
too.
yeah.
I mean, those are again all good choices.
Yeah.
Mostly.
All right. Cinematography of the decade winner, Schindler's List, Janusz Kaminski.
Yeah.
And the runner-up is Janusz Kaminski, Saving Private Ryan. There you go.
Being a trend.
Production design of the decade. Edward Scissorhands, Barton Fink, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Schindler's List, Interview with the Vampire Chronicles, Braveheart, Hamlet, William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, because there was a tie that year, Titanic, Shakespeare in Love, and Sleepy Hollow.
For me, this has to be Titanic.
I don't know how you don't vote for Titanic in
Yeah.
that group.
Yeah.
Surely.
I mean, it's good. A lot of good nominate. A lot of good.
They built the
But yeah.
Titanic 70% to scale. So
Yeah. That's.
Sleeper,
All right.
Scissorhands.
Give it a James Cameron movie.
Wait, somebody say Edward Scissorhands?
That's a good choice too.
Yeah, that's good. That's all right. It's a great choice.
I
Right.
love Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Production design of the decade is Titanic, Peter Lamont, Michael Ford. Runner up is Schindler's List, Ewa Braun, and Alan Starsky.
Okay. I didn't see that coming, I guess.
Yeah. Cast ensemble of the decade. Goodfellas, The Silence of the Lambs, Glengarry Glen Ross, Philadelphia, Pulp Fiction, The Usual Suspects, Fargo, LA Confidential, Shakespeare in Love, Magnolia.
Oh.
So Karen will abstain.
I think
Pulp
Kevin
Fiction.
Spacey hurts both his efforts.
Yeah.
with this
I
film.
think.
I think I'll agree with the fanboys. It's probably Pulp Fiction. I think,
But Magnolia, man.
but Magnolia's
Probably is.
great.
I
too.
think honestly, out of those casts, Magnolia, I think is
So-
the best. Just because look at who you've got besides Tom. You've got Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Yeah.
Julianne
good cast.
Moore. It's an amazing cast.
William
Yeah.
H. Macy, John C. Riley. Oh, it's so stacked. Philip
There's
Baker
no-
Hall.
There's no real wrong answer, I think, with this group, but I think I'd lean Glengarry Glen Ross. I think that
Yeah.
there's a lot of eras captured, I think, of acting in that film that I like it.
With Magnolia.
I'm curious to hear Nathan's thoughts as someone who loves film. Him and I argue a lot about what's a good movie or not. This has been actually, it's great that he hasn't written a word for us. Hey,
Yep, it's
okay,
great.
little Mark Johnson in the background. Go ahead, Nate. Nate, what's your preference there? You're muted, Nate.
I'd go.
You see why it's painful, guys? He can't make a decision. He's the worst.
I am the
My
worst.
takes were bad.
Yeah.
Go Usual Suspects.
All right. Cast ensemble of the decade is Pulp Fiction from '94. Runner up is Goodfellas.
What?
Yeah,
Good
that
choices.
makes me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, was that Caleb or Luke?
That was Luke.
Luke,
Yeah, he's gone now.
give him a lightsaber, man.
He's got like 5.
Yeah. All right. Adapted screenplay of the decade.
Ooh.
Goodfellas, The Silence of the Lambs, A Few Good Men,
God.
Schindler's List,
Wow.
The Shawshank Redemption, Sense and Sensibility, Train Spotting, LA Confidential, The Thin Red Line, Fight Club.
Silence of the Lambs.
It starts off a lot stronger
Yeah,
than it
it
tails
does.
off. Right. Those first 4 were like, whoa.
Yeah. Do you feel like Train Spotting has English Patience adapted?
Yeah,
award?
it does.
Is that
Oh,
what it is?
clearly. Get
I
out of
love
here.
train spotting. I love train spotting sub again for that.
Of course you do,
Yeah.
Brian. God.
I mean, you can also like
Get out of here.
you can also like the English Patient, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a great movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
LA
But
Confidential, I don't see it winning.
I think A Few Good Men. I love it. I mean, just for that ending alone.
Yeah, I think I'm on A Few Good Men also.
But Silence of the Lambs. Whoever said that.
Yeah. I
correct.
think Silence
mean,
of the Lambs is where I have to go to.
those
It's that or
scenes-
Schindler's List for me.
Bradley, do you like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels?
I don't actually
Do you
don't
like
like that film.
Snatch?
No, I'm not a
Snatch.
big-
Oh, I love
No.
Snatch.
Not
No.
really.
Okay. I was wanting to see how British you really were. I'm trying to like get a really good feel of that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I
All
don't
right.
know. Shawshank Redemption, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good
Oh.
too.
It's a really great adaptation. That's the thing I'm thinking. I know,
Yeah.
like, I'm not predicting what the readers are going to say. I'm just thinking through like what are my
Yeah.
favorites in terms of how they're adapted from the source material. And obviously, I love A Few Good Men, but it's so close to the original source that I'm like, I don't know, what's a better representation of that? So for me, I think it's Shawshank or Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
All right. Adapted screenplay of the decade is The Silence of the Lambs, Ted Talley.
That's fine.
Runner up, Shawshank Redemption, Frank Darabont.
Oh, there you go.
Close.
It was close. It was kind of close.
Got second place.
Yeah.
They're spreading after that start for Jurassic Park. They're spreading the love pretty well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nothing.
I
Has
mean,
two
Jurassic
yet.
Park's hard to like. I'm saying it's about holding up. Like
God, that
20,
thing
what is it,
holds up
27 years
technically.
later. Like
Oh, yeah.
that movie still like looks great and is
Yeah.
great.
Well,
Unless
what's
it's on
crazy
TV.
about Jurassic Park is I talked to Joe Letteri, who was involved in the effects for that. I talked to him for one of the Planet of the Apes movies a couple of years ago, and he said when they did the design on it and the visual effects, they were hoping that they would still hold up for 10 years. And I was
Wow.
like, dude, it's been
Wow.
25. And he's like, I know,
Yeah.
we never imagined. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Awesome.
why that's why Ghost didn't win in 1990 visual effects.
Right. That's why.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why. Original screenplay of the decade. Edward Scissorhands, Thelma and Louise, Reservoir Dogs, Philadelphia, Pulp Fiction, Toy Story, Fargo, Good Will Hunting, The Truman Show, American Beauty. That is top to bottom. I don't think, like,
Pretty good.
there's not a bad movie in that.
Oh,
That's right.
Not a bad movie in that lineup.
I'd go Fargo, but I have a feeling Tarantino's winning.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard to think that Tarantino wouldn't win this.
Yeah, and
Pulp
Pulp Fiction
Fiction,
is.
so- Yeah.
Yeah, Pulp.
So I think
Yeah,
that
I'd be mad if it was Reservoir Dogs because that's
Yeah,
like
that's-
not.
Yeah.
It's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, but that's not like. I think that
No.
is probably the 10 of the lineup for me,
Probably.
and that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. I think
Somewhere in
it's the last.
Oh, man.
Anybody
I
else?
was surprised
Yeah.
The Matrix wasn't in there. That American Beauty beat it, but
American Beauty is pretty good screenplay.
Yeah.
though.
because of
Great
like,
good.
the originality and
Yeah.
everything in
Agreed.
original screenplay.
Sure.
But
Both are great.
I kind of want
I
to.
love Truman
I want
Show.
to kind of go Toy Story just for nostalgia
Yeah,
and
Shane.
just what
Yeah.
it all set up.
Shane, you were saying Truman Show.
Truman Show, yeah.
Truman
Yeah,
Show's
I
great.
just love that
It's a
story.
great movie.
We're all over the place with
Eight
this
film
one.
of all time. Yeah, it's great. All right. Screenplay of the decade. Pulp Fiction, Quentin Tarantino, Roger Avery. Runner up, Fargo, Joe Cohen, Ethan Cohen.
I'll take second.
Not surprised. I mean, that's two of the
Yeah.
Coens.
best screenwriters of the last
Yeah.
couple decades, right?
Yep.
Or three.
Well,
Supporting
some of
actress.
us might say that.
Three.
Supporting
Technically Mark
actress
III.
of the decade. Lorraine, do we have a tie?
There it is.
1990? There it is.
Just say it and we can just stop.
No. Lorraine Bracco, Goodfellas. Whoopi Goldberg, Ghost. By the way, Mark, if Whoopi wins this,
Okay.
it's done.
There's
It's
your-
done.
it's
The
good.
argument's over.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. Got it. Actually, I'm going to see who got more votes. I'm going to announce that.
Okay.
I want to know.
That's fine.
All right. Lorraine Bracco, Goodfellas. Whoopi Goldberg, Ghost. Juliette Lewis, Cape Fear. Marissa Tomei, My Cousin Vinny. Anna Paquin, The Piano. Diane Wiest, Bullets Over Broadway. Kate Winslet, Sense and Sensibility. Juliette Binoche, The English Patient. Julianne Moore, Boogie Nights. Judi Dench, Shakespeare in Love. Angelina Jolie, Girl Interrupted.
Wow.
Dare
That's
I'm gonna say
Bracco for
this,
me.
It's gonna be. Please don't take this the wrong way. I think that's kind of a weak
Yeah.
lineup.
Yeah. I thought so.
Not saying
too.
there's bad performance, but just like
Just feels
I
like
do, I do not
something's-
think of Kate Winslet's Sense of Sensibility ever.
I love that Juliette Binoche got in there, but
Mhm.
I think and Julianne Moore as well, but I'd stick with Bracco.
More.
Binoche.
She never wins anything, not even an Emmy. For Sopranos.
What'd you say, Braverman? I couldn't hear you. Say it
I
louder.
said Lorraine Bracco never even won an Emmy for The Sopranos. So
Yeah,
she can at least win an actor.
That's right.
or an
With you.
Oscar for Goodfellas
Right.
Marissa Tomei.
because the right one won. Marissa Tomei.
Yep.
That seems like a popular choice. I feel like it would be that. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Runner up, not the winner, Marissa Tomei, My Cousin Vinny.
Oh,
The winner, I like this, Julianne Moore, Boogie Nights.
Oh,
Okay.
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 Third place, Whoopi Goldberg, Ghost.
Fine.
Can I just say though, fourth place, Lorraine Bracco.
How many votes apart?
7.
Okay, pretty close.
That's a tiebreaker for me. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's good.
You got that one.
I swear to God, if they had the same number again, I would have just like hung up.
That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Supporting actor of the decade. Joe Pesci, Goodfellas. John Goodman, Barton Fink. Robin Williams, Aladdin. Ray Fiennes, Schindler's List. Samuel L. Jackson, Pulp Fiction. Kevin Spacey, The Usual Suspects. Steve Buscemi, Fargo. Robin Williams, Good Will Hunting. John Goodman, The Big Lebowski. Tom Cruise, Magnolia. 2 Robin Williams, 2 John Goodmans.
I stopped
Aaron,
listening
what are you gonna
once.
pick?
You stopped listening once what?
I stopped listening once you said Ray Fiennes. That to
Yeah.
me,
surely.
that to me is we're done.
it's an evergreen sentence by Mark, though. I stopped listening.
Obviously, I love Tom and I want him to win, but I would have to pick Robin Williams in Aladdin.
Yeah,
That is one of the greatest performances of all time.
And I know
This is
and
also a really baller lineup as well.
Yeah, this is a good lineup.
Yeah, Ryan, what'd you say?
I mean, they're all great. Both Ron Williams, but man, Sam Jackson, so good in that movie.
He was in my 10 greatest performances of all time piece that we all, a bunch of us did.
Yeah.
But then I had Ray Fiennes also in that list above him.
He
so I
doesn't
gotta
have an
go
Oscar
Ray.
yet, and that long extended career is just crazy.
I'd like to
All
see
right.
Robin Williams for Aladdin, but I have a feeling it's going to be Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The supporting actor of the decade is Samuel L. Jackson, Pulp Fiction.
Cool.
The runner-up is Robin Williams, Good Will Hunting.
Oh yeah.
That's also
I
great.
absolve you. I absolve you all.
Yeah.
That's
Mark, do you think Good Will Hunting's his best performance?
I think that or I think Aladdin's a fine choice too.
Okay.
Either one. There's the other one. Pulp
Dead
Fiction
Post
just tied. Yeah, Dead Post I agree too. Pulp Fiction just tied Jurassic Park now with 3 each.
Good. Look at that. Let's see. Actress of the decade. Kathy Bates, Misery. Jodie Foster, The Silence of the Lambs. Emma Thompson, Howard's End. Holly Hunter, The Piano. Natalie Portman, Leon, The Professional. Elizabeth Shue, Leaving Las Vegas. Frances McDormand, Fargo. Helen Hunt, As Good as It Gets. Kate Blanchett, Elizabeth. Annette Bening, American Beauty.
Ooh, I like
Gotta be
Bening.
Jodie.
Kathy Bates.
Bates is a
That's
good
a
pick.
one too.
Jodie
I will
Foster.
never not advocate for Elizabeth Shue.
I know you will. You won't. I
No,
love
this
Shoe,
is-
but oof.
I feel like the readers are going to go McDormand, but
I did too.
Make
But
all
I-
the way.
I would personally be between Shue and Jodie Foster. I think.
I'd be between Foster and Benning, but I'd go Foster.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Foster
Foster.
probably.
Bates is great though too.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
Quick
Bates is-
poll.
Bates
Quick
is
poll.
fantastic.
Annette Bening, American Beauty, lead or supporting?
Supporting for me.
Lead. She has her own storyline. I think with it through that movie.
Okay.
Because I think
I always considered her supporting, but Mark's right. I agree with him.
because when you think about supporting, think about more of like the Mina Savari character, how she's just kind of part of, and she has a
Thor
little
Birch,
story
that's fair.
too. Yeah, right.
Well,
But
that becomes a
Benning-
question. Like Thor Birch is supporting, but I feel like her and Ben. Thor Birch also has her own
Yeah,
storyline.
I know they all
It's a
kind of do.
three-lead
So they're kind
movie.
of. It's
Yeah.
weird to call one of those lead and not the other. So
Yeah,
then I wonder, is Thor Birch really a co-lead also?
She
And
could
we-
be.
Mhm.
Could be.
I just couldn't
think so.
say Benning's not lead. I think she's too big a part of
Okay.
it. She's the best part of that movie in my opinion.
Yeah. Is she? You
I think so.
Now she is.
Oh, yeah, true, now.
I mean,
Sure.
Kevin Spacey was good in it. I think she's fantastic.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember Chris Cooper got a SAG nomination? He like almost got nominated for that.
He was great in it too.
He's-
That garage scene is pretty. Wes Bentley was amazing too.
I know.
I love that. I
that's
mean,
the thing. If I was going to go one or the other, I'd go West. But
Yeah.
all right.
I love that movie. So I'm all over all those performances. They're all great.
All right. Actress of the decade is Jodie Foster, The Silence of the Lambs. Runner-up, Frances McDormand, Fargo.
All right,
I'm
good
okay with
choices.
All right. Actor of the decade.
Ooh.
It's where we all break up, probably.
Yeah. Hanks.
Ray Liotta, Goodfellas. Anthony Hopkins, The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh.
Denzel Washington, Malcolm X. Tom Hanks, Philadelphia. Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. Nicolas Cage, Leaving Las Vegas. William H. Macy, Fargo. Jack Nicholson, As Good as It Gets. Edward Norton, American History X. Kevin Spacey, American Beauty.
Wow, that's
This
good
list
lineup.
is invalid.
It's for me. I know it won't win, but for me personally, the best one on that list, hands down, is Denzel Washington in Malcolm X. He is. I mean, what a performance!
Cage or Hanks in Philadelphia. Those two.
Yeah, that's my pick. Would be Hanks in Philadelphia. I think
Washington and Hanks in Philadelphia were both in my top 10 performances.
Yeah,
Washington was my 5th. No,
I don't say this very often, but I agree with Ryan.
What?
And,
We have that recorded.
I know.
You'll never hear it again.
Live forever.
It's gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'll say Anthony Hopkins.
Denzel.
Yeah,
Hopkins. Yeah, Hopkins was hard not to say.
Hopkins.
Yeah.
He's-
In
Hopkins for
Philadelphia,
me.
and Philadelphia is miles ahead, better performance for Hank than Forrest Gump. So
Hank,
I wouldn't
Hanks
say
in
miles
Philadelphia.
ahead.
Hanks in Philadelphia, Cage and Leaving Las Vegas are two of my like top 5 of all time. So
Yeah.
this is either way, I'd be happy.
Bastard.
All right. I think readers are gonna go Hopkins though.
Yeah,
yeah,
I do too.
oh yeah.
It's like a popular.
He'll get
pick.
one of the 2 spots.
All right. Actor of the decade is Anthony Hopkins, The Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Runner-up is a tie. Don't care, it's tie. Don't care, it's tie. Because runner-up. Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump.
Wow.
Denzel Washington, Malcolm X.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
Good.
The only
I'll take
thing
a
I was
runner-up.
confident about was that Spacey was probably 10.
He was not.
Wow.
Nicolas
The
Cage
wrong
10?
thing is 10.
Oh,
Absolute wrong performance is number 10.
Is it Philadelphia?
No, it is Edward Norton, and that is horseshit.
Whoa.
I mean, it's a good lineup, though. I mean, anything. could
10?
happen.
Oh, Jack
10?
Nicholson above him? No.
No.
I mean,
No.
I do
And Jack
love
Nicholson's
that
good,
I'm
but
not-
no.
I'm
No,
not
no.
saying that, but I think that's not
I know.
surprising.
No, no.
Honestly, for me, Liotta.
Oh, wait,
is 10
I'm
in
sorry.
that
I
lineup.
lied. That's sorry. He wasn't 10. I looked wrong. I didn't scroll down enough. He was not 10. It was Ray Liotta. That makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, now. I'm not mad anymore.
You
But
guys.
Edward
Edward
Norton
Norton.
from the bottom, and that sucks. Okay.
So,
Edward Norton, take the gun out of your mouth. It's okay.
so now Silence of the Lambs joins Pulp Fiction and Jurassic Park with 3.
All right.
Now we get to the
Director of the decade.
Oh.
Martin Scorsese, Goodfellas. Jonathan Demme, The Silence of the Lambs. Clint Eastwood, Unforgiven. Steven Spielberg, Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Quentin Tarantino, Pulp Fiction. David Fincher, Seven. Joel Cohen, Fargo. James Cameron, Titanic. Steven Spielberg, Saving Private Ryan. Sam Mendes, American Beauty. You heard all those women?
right.
I'm just so glad to see that white men are finally getting their
Sure do. Yeah.
about time.
Sam Mendes is half Caribbean.
All right.
We'll take a little bit where we can get it.
Yeah.
This will be a Spielberg Scorsese just
Yeah.
fest.
I'd go
Tarantino would
Spielberg
It should be
for
Spielberg
Private Ryan.
for
Yep,
Jurassic
I think
Sure.
Tarantino.
He's got it.
Oh,
Ruzgowski says Tarantino.
I'm-
Spielberg's.
I'm
That
rooting for
means-
Scorsese here. I would have
Yeah,
rooted
too.
for Spielberg if it was Schindler's List. Not,
That's
and I
fair.
love Jurassic Park, but I would have
Wait.
said Schindler's List for best of decade.
Clayton, was Demi nominated for?
Yeah.
something?
Yeah,
that would,
I
be that would be my personal pick.
Demi
I
for
do.
Silence of the Lambs. He
Yeah.
won.
Oh no! Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nathan, might as well ask you because you've been such a beacon of wisdom on this subject.
Scorsese.
Oh, ooh, he said that way too fast. I didn't like.
Well, I agree on the Spielberg. I love Jurassic Park, but I feel like it probably would have been.
Okay.
Fair.
Director of the decade is Jonathan Demme, The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lambs
That's
takes the lead going into the
Runner up.
finals.
Runner-up, Martin Scorsese, Goodfellas.
I would just like to point out to people that Spielberg directed Jurassic Park and Schindler's
Same
List
year, I
at
know.
the same
I
time.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I mean, that's pretty awesome.
And they're both two of the greatest movies of the decade.
Yeah.
Come on.
I would
That's
like to share what's last in this because I feel a little vindicated with Mark Johnson one more time. Clint Eastwood. Wow.
Yeah, no surprise. I love
It feels
Unforgiven.
appropriate.
That's a good movie.
Spielberg doing those two movies in the same year. Mel Brooks doing Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein the same year. Like those are things that need to be recognized as like achievements that are impossible. Like that.
Exactly.
It's awesome.
Finally, picture of the decade. Goodfellas from 1990, 1991, Silence of the Lambs, 92, Aladdin, 93, Philadelphia, 94, Pulp Fiction, 95, Toy Story, 96, Fargo, 97, LA Confidential, 98, The Truman Show, 99, American Beauty. So
like
wait,
almost this entire
before everyone gives their thoughts, just want to clear something up real quick. So American Beauty and Silence of the Lambs and Fargo are the three films that have won the big five in ACA world: picture, director, actor, actress, and screenplay. LA Confidential and Truman Show are the least winners. They won 3 in their year. We have 2 animateds. The biggest winner of them all is Fargo. Fargo won 10 in its year.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, because Lambs is at 4 right now, I think if Lambs wins picture, it does the big 5 for the decade, which is insane. Which is why I think you have to predict that Lambs is going to win this because it has the other 4.
Going to say that, but picture with ACA is notorious for going in a whole other direction.
Yeah, like we just saw.
This list of nominees.
Right. Like, where's Jurassic Park now?
Yeah.
You got Philadelphia. What happened?
Could just
I love
as easily
Philadelphia.
be something that only wins 1. It could just as easily be Toy Story.
Or LA Confidential or something crazy.
Like, what would you guys say? Well, I'll go around. I'll call on you. What of those? What do you think has influenced film the most? So I'll start with Mark. Like,
Goodfellas.
Which one of those would you remember? Goodfellas?
Yeah, Goodfellas or Silence of the Lambs.
Nate?
I don't know. I might go Toy Story just because it has influenced the way animated film.
Yeah. Karen?
Sure. Good point.
I say Toy Story because that completely changed animation forever.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, I agree about Toy Story. I mean, it just completely changed everything.
Yep. Ryan?
You have me on tape now agreeing with Karen. I mean, it created Pixar.
Yeah.
Who can't say that they don't love Pixar?
Braverman?
I'm on the same bandwagon. I think Toy Story really set the tone for animation moving forward.
Bradley, you were a baby during this time, so what do you remember like being cuckooed about?
I mean, my favorite of all of those is Fargo. And I feel like it has influenced a lot since then. And obviously the Coens, I think, have influenced a lot of directors since then as well.
Sure.
Devo?
Silence of the Lambs.
All right. Pasatino?
I'm going to say Goodfellas.
Okay. And Joey?
Pulp Fiction, though, not always the good influence, but there's a ton of crappy knockoffs of that movie.
Yeah. Does your answer differ if I ask you what's the most rewatchable that you'll watch right now this second?
Ooh.
Mine would not change.
Yours would not change?
Mine would change.
Mine would change probably.
Yeah.
I think Toy Story influenced the I think that's the biggest influence.
Yeah.
What I would watch right now though, I would watch, which is funny, I either watch Philadelphia or Silence of the Lambs, which are both Demme.
Yeah.
I would watch either of those right now this second. Or
It's 10 o'clock in the morning here, so I would watch Toy Story or Aladdin.
90-80.
I'd probably be watching Aladdin. That's my wife's favorite animated film of all time. So
just get from the chat real quick. Nick Landry says Pulp Fiction, but won't be shocked if Lamb Twins here. Christian Palmer says Pulp Fiction or Silence of the Lambs. Preference is Goodfellas. Brian McDermott said Silence of the Lambs. Let's do this. Matt Negley is in there. Hello, Matt. Says predicting Silence of the Lambs with Pulp Fiction as the runner-up.
That's a good pick.
Birdo said, I'm not upset. Silence of the Lambs is so great. Palmer says most influential, probably Toy Story, would watch Truman Show or Aladdin repeatedly. All right.
Mark's son is in there and says, check out my YouTube page. He's just
Oh my God. What? Are you serious?
No, he's really not.
He's sitting in the room
You're
with
gonna get
me.
him beat, Joey. Like, you can't do that.
But the fact that Mark immediately believed it is telling.
Mark
he didn't do it? Oh, I thought
he
I'm
reached for a chainsaw and was gonna throw it.
That kid is the king of plugging his own shit.
Yeah.
He's like, he even convinced me. He made a bet with me, and I had to do it where I had to plug his thing instead of.
I'm gonna plug it right now. What's the name of his YouTube channel?
The Caleb. What is your channel, Kid Caleb? What's your channel? The Kid Caleb.
The Kid. The D-A?
The Kid Caleb.
Ain't cool though. Never mind.
Hey, it's like the Ohio State University.
The Kid. He has to be the Kid.
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's what it's like, Mark. Just like it.
The Kid Caleb.
All right.
Caleb with a K.
Let's see. In third place, because for decades I give you the third, second, then first. Third place, not the winner. Pulp Fiction or Spender.
Third, okay.
Yep.
Runner up, not the winner. Goodfellas.
Yeah, and then
Erwin Winkler.
Good three.
Silence.
Winner. Best picture of 1990s decade. Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Big five for the decade. That's pretty crazy.
Good thing to go out on, though.
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with that.
So it won
I'm
5,
too.
Mark, right? That was the only 5.
Yeah, it won 5. It won the big 5. Yep.
And,
Pulp Fiction.
What was that?
Pulp Fiction and Jurassic Park with 3 each, and then 1 for Goodfellas, Shakespeare in Love, Schindler's List, Titanic, and Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights. Who'd have thought?
Julianne Moore, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's an old-fashioned Oscar night where one film takes most things.
I mean, yeah.
I
Not for
missed
nothing
those.
though. That is like Julianne Moore was actually the correct pick.
Yeah.
Of that
Can't
lineup,
argue.
the correct
Never
pick.
can argue.
Marissa Tomei.
Or
Yeah.
Bracco.
Oh, shut up.
Or Whoopi.
Or would be cool.
Yeah.
There you go. ACCA officially closed. That's it.
Good way to end.
Wow. All right. So now, for the readers, we're gonna take a bunch of your questions, throw them in there before I read them. All of the writers, obviously, and everyone's been writing their goodbye award circuit kind of thing that's been up. But I wanted to read you guys one from an old OG that reached out and wanted to submit one. It's up now. You can see it from Keith Lucas.
Yeah.
One
cool.
half of the Lucas brothers,
Yeah.
who is now the co-writer on Judas and the Black Messiah.
Awesome.
That's coming out this year. Did his stomping grounds here, and he reached out to me and said, "Hey man, I heard about everything, so reach out, send me well wishes." He says, "I would like to submit one. Could I? Award Circuit means a lot to me." And I was like, "Absolutely." So I put it up, and I wanted to read it to you guys here because there's some shout outs here. All great things must come to an end. Actually, let me pull it over here. All great things must come to an end, and Award Circuit is genuinely one of the greats. I had the opportunity to write for AC for 2 years, from 2008 to 2010. And at the time, I was in the process of pursuing a law degree at Duke. The film industry has always fascinated me since I was a kid. Before my father got locked up, he would take my brother and me to NYC to watch movies. It was then I discovered my love for cinema. I put my passion on hold to pursue a career in law. But during law school, I was deeply depressed, and I turned to film to treat my sadness. I followed AC for years while in college. So when I noticed AC was looking for some new staff writers, I sent Clayton an email asking if I could write for the site on a whim. In a matter of minutes, he hit me back and said, "Of course." We spoke on the phone for a bit, and I could tell his passion for cinema was unparalleled. And as a Black person, it was inspiring to see a person of color in a position of leadership. As a staff writer, I covered many films. With Joey Magotson, I got a chance to see a screening of Funny People in NYC. a film about stand-up directed by Judd Apatow, who was at the screening. We watched the movie together, and after, Joey and I had an in-depth discussion about the film and stand-up comedy. It was one of the best moments I had as a staff writer and certainly sparked my interest in becoming a stand-up comedian and screenwriter. Another highlight of my experience as a writer was being the only person on staff to accurately predict that In the Loop would receive a screenplay nomination.
Nice.
Because of that prediction, Clayton assigned me to interview the writer and director of In the Loop, Armando Iannucci. Around that time, I was thinking of dropping out of law school, pursuing a career in entertainment, and becoming a stand-up comedian. After my call with Armando, he gave me some profound advice about the importance of art, and I knew for sure I needed to change careers, so I dropped out. Hence, I'm forever grateful for my time as a staff writer. Moreover, I am forever thankful to Clayton for allowing me to write about film. It laid the groundwork for my career as a screenwriter. His vision, passion, and leadership brought AC to great heights. And now it's time for him to do the same thing on his next journey as an awards editor for Variety. Much love to Clayton and all the staff writers who put in the work and make AwardsCircuit one of the most significant websites to cover the Oscars. It was a hell of a ride. That's from Keith Lucas.
Cool. Print and frame.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Which brought me to a discussion I wanted to have with you guys about, it was actually something that I was speaking about with Karen, and it's something that Joey had included in his goodbye award circuit. And for readers, I think the staff will tell you, I had a lot of big dreams for the site, a lot of ideas. Nate will tell you we would be booked for a meeting for 30 minutes and it would turn into like 4 hours of just ideas and regurgitating stuff. And at one point we had to stop each other from adding ideas
at multiple points.
At multiple points, just to stop because we thought we knew and still believe AwardsCircuit's one of the most special places because of our commitment to a community, not being highbrow, snobs of movies, like, accepting the opinions of all and all that. But something that Joey said in his goodbye piece was about the kick in the butt that he needed to kind of get going into something. And I was talking to Karen about that, and we talk often about like the band breaking up kind of feel of this whole thing. And I look around now, look at like what's going on, Joey about to start his own thing, Steve heading over there too, Ryan being named associate editor at In Session, Karen, Joseph, Alan French, they're going over to We Live Entertainment, Bradley and Shane, everyone getting snatched up to do different things. Mark going to the biggest pro-woman voice on the internet, which is hilarious in its own right. That's where he ended up after this.
I've always loved women, damn it.
I know. Right, Caleb? Right?
That's Luke.
Oh, it's Luke. Oh, I don't know who's who. But yeah.
Right, boy.
Right, boy. Yeah. But I talked to you guys about this now. I think this was the kick in the butt that we all needed to do something bigger than what we thought was going to be the big thing that we would contribute. Like, I thought AwardsCircuit was my road to the industry. It looks like right now it's not, and this doesn't say that this isn't, AwardsCircuit is closed forever and ever, amen. Like anything can happen, there are people that express interest in taking it on and buying it and things like that, and it could continue on, or it could come back into something different, who knows. But I want to talk with you guys about if you feel the same, and like, is this kind of a kick in the butt considering how fast this all happened? Was this like a kick in the butt that you just didn't think you needed to continuously pursue what it is you want to do? Anyone could share. Mark?
I mean,
or yeah. Joey, you can go first.
I'll just, because you mentioned it, but yeah, no, I never really assumed this would be my my path. Karen and I have spoken about it. We sort of assumed we would, be here when the lights went off, but we'd also be, the world would have ended. I mean, it sort of did, but you know what I mean. We've only half ended. But yeah, no, this kind of thing, you know, you start to figure out like, oh, well, what do I, if I'm not going to do this, what can I do? And at a certain point, you realize I have all the tools to do the thing, and you know, the next level up. So why would I head backwards, or why would I not pedal forward? You know, the whole like Woody Allen shark thing. Shark keeps moving or it dies. So you know, it you know, this sucks, but also, you know, could look back in a couple of years and be like, wow, there's, you know, ton of stuff that never happened without it. So bad thing made a good thing. You know, that's how I'm choosing to look at it now, as opposed to, you know, beating up Mark.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I think for me, because I started my career in this industry here at AwardsCircuit, and I would have been content to stay here forever. But at the same time, and I mean, you've given us all lots of opportunities to grow and stretch ourselves here. But I think that the opportunity to go and do new things is something that I wouldn't have taken without kind of being pushed out of the nest, I guess.
Exactly.
And yeah, and I think it is a good thing. And it's going to be really exciting to see not only you, Clayton, what happens with you at Variety, because you're going to be just everywhere and amazing, but everybody. I'm really excited to see what everyone else has in store, because I think that we all are capable of a lot, and not that we weren't getting to live up to our abilities, but I think that when you stay in one place, you don't even know how much more you're capable of growing.
I remember the first conversation we ever had, Clayton, about joining the site, and I think we all probably had this conversation where you just can feel the confidence he has in all of us. There's a reason why you brought us all here. You saw something in us. And Variety's, I think, seeing that same thing. And then when you hear about, you know, Mark going over to Awards Daily, or you hear about what Joey wants to do, or you hear about Karen or anyone else here and where they're going to go, all that confidence that you gave us the confidence now to say, you know what? Yeah, AwardsCircuit's leaving, and it's a part of our lives, longer for some of us, shorter for some of us. But we, in a way, have to fill that hole, but fill it with something that's more, you know, something more, and find that next step. And you've always told us to reach for the stars. You know, you've seen that potential in us, and that potential, I think, has gotten us to where we're all going. I mean, everyone, it was kind of crazy the last couple of weeks to see everybody kind of scatter around and probably talk to people and figure out where they were going to go. And, you know, it was about like, you know,
it's like someone ran in the building and yelled fire.
Yeah. And then like release them. But everyone's going to be able to land at a wonderful place. We're going to be able to look back on all this amazing work, not just on the site that you and Nate, you know, and everybody else created, but then just the written work and everybody's stuff from the beginning, and just be able to see how we built as writers, editors, you name it. And I mean, we'll all see each other somehow. I'm sure somehow or another, I will meet Mark Johnson at Telluride, because he will be camping out starting next week for next year's. We'll see each other around entire places, and it'll be great. And and then
Alan French in the house, by the way.
French.
Hey guys.
I'll be able to shake your hand, Clayton, because you know you are a role model for me in this industry, and I'm so happy for you. Everybody's been asking me, are you bummed? Are you, you know, about, I said, no, I'm actually happy because he's happy, because Clayton's happy. So
thanks. Mark, you know, 1 year today, we was the premiere of Judy.
Oh, was it really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
1 year ago today, you were at Telluride, and
you got to meet your hero.
I met you for the first time in person.
Right.
I met everyone here in person except for Ryan Passantino, and well, I haven't met Alan yet, because when I went to his part of Florida, he had moved, so you knew I was coming, and he broke out and ran.
Yeah, it was like literally like I still had my comp passes as an employee because I worked at Universal, so I was able to just give them all to Clayton and be like, "Hey, I'm not going to use them. You might as well use them."
Nice.
And his family got to
go to Universal Studios for free, which is great, because it's expensive over there.
Mm.
Yeah.
Better than Disney. I'm saying it right now.
Just wait till you go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got to meet Bradley in person. But like, yeah, but like, I think a lot of our, I think what you touch on, Ryan, I think kind of just the way I've been feeling, very like nostalgic and then like sad about, like, you know, like I'm really excited for the next part, but then I'm like sad about it too, is because I created AwardsCircuit and kind of kept it going after Oscar Igloo, because, you know, I hear Ryan talk about like this confidence that like I had, and I'm glad that I played off really well, because it doesn't feel like that a lot of the time. You know, I think about a lot of the things that have happened over the last 12 years, and like like if there would have been a real give up on my part over that time, you know, like I've been pretty open about it. Like, you know, I struggled a lot with depression my entire life, and you know, in this time in AwardsCircuit, that AwardsCircuit was in my possession, you know, I dealt with the economic recession. I got laid off like 3 jobs in a row. I met Jessica. You know, I got married. I had 2 kids. You know, I got to buy a house. I got to, you know, travel around. You know, I worked day jobs the entire time I was here up until last week. Like, this is gonna be the first time in my entire AwardsCircuit life that I'm gonna have just one writing job to do. But then I think about, like, you know, the rough times too. Like, you know, I lost my big brother, you know, when I was here. You know, it was out of nowhere. And then I think about, you know, just having like really bad moments that you just, and I know some people like have felt them too. I know like a lot of us on staff have, like, you know, really like struggle with like anxiety, depression, and a bunch of other things. And I on like, and I don't know where I don't know if I'm here today if I didn't throw myself into something like this. It was really like it's I'll be honest, I'm also really scared for the future, because, you know, we don't have an office. Like, there's no AwardsCircuit. This is the AwardsCircuit office in my house, in my basement, right? Like, there is no office. So like, it's not like on Monday we're gonna come to work. Like, we're not coming to work on Monday. Like, it's we've all been remote this entire time. We all talk pretty regular, sometimes about BS and not about the site at all. So then, you know, I remember somebody saying, like, I think a family member said to me, it's like, you know, why are you sad? Like, you know, you still talk to them all the time, but it's gonna be like a different like kind of context, different like mission moving forward. And I'm excited for what we all are gonna contribute in the future. I know, like, Ryan's right in that I had confidence in all of you guys. I saw something in you guys, and I was, one of the common thing I saw a lot in all the goodbye stuff was like, Clayton took a chance on me kind of thing. And that's honestly my way. I have to pay it forward for the rest of my life in that regard. Johnny Alba took a chance on me, and I was a terrible writer. I've read some of the early stuff I gave him, and I don't know why he let me write. I don't know why he put it up. I'm embarrassed by so much of it, you know? And I think about like he did and what it gave. And I always said, like, I would try to give everyone I could a chance if I could. You know, we have right now, I think 15 people like on staff. Like, Joey will tell you, because he's been here since the beginning, there are a lot of people who ran through awards.
Ooh, boy.
A lot, you know. I think I tell most of you guys this, like, when we have like our interviews, like interview time, when we're talking about you writing for me. And I used to tell people, like, you know, everyone thinks it's really cool to be a critic, and they always like, oh, you have the best job in the world, you know, and like what's so hard about watching movies? Until you have to write something on a deadline, you know, like, the minute people reach out to me and say, "Oh, I want to do this," I'm like, "Okay, here it is." And then I'm like, "All right, I need this by Friday." And then all of a sudden, people are like, "I got so much going on right now. I have to buy Q-tips, and I am just swamped," And I don't, and I'm not like, and it's not like I'm shaming them. I'm not, because you think you really want something, and not everything you want doesn't come easy. You got to work at it. And I will also say, like, I tell Jessica I'm gonna say this, so like she will see this and know this was coming. I would tell Jessica, if I ever won an Oscar, like, I'm not gonna be those guys that goes up there like, my wife always believed in me. Like, that's not like Jessica many times was like, there were a lot of people who said, like, listen, this is such a money guzzler. Like, you're not like, I remember Jessica, like, right after I got laid off, like my third job, I was working at Liberty Science Center in Jersey City. And she said, when is this just a hobby and not something you're attaining for? And I remember, like, I just have to keep trying, like let me keep trying. And I remember the movie that kind of like catapulted it to like a monetary thing was Inside Llewyn Davis, and appropriate, by the way. And
despite Mark's best effort to sabotage that.
My bad.
And after that, Jessica was like, okay, like, you're doing your thing. But it also kept me away a lot. Like, I worked 2 full-time jobs for like for the last entire time. I've been married to Jessica now 10 years.
Yeah.
I worked 2 jobs. So she's so excited for variety because she feels like, and I think it's true, she's gonna get me home a lot. She's gonna see me more. I was like, I don't know about all that. I'm gonna be like,
yeah, she thinks
I've
it's
had
that.
a lot of conversations with Jazz.
Yeah.
And...
Careful what you wish for, anyway.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But like, it's there's so much to be grateful for. There's so much to be sad about, also, but I'm also like just feeling like that sense of like exhale, like we did it. I don't feel like I did it. I really feel like we did, like maybe, and I'm a girl spiritual and like all that stuff, but maybe they always say, I see the saying a lot, Mark, maybe you heard it growing up, Catholic school, you make a plan and God laughs. And I really think God this whole time has been chuckling at me, because he was like, you're building all this rewards, like, you got Nathan for all this time, and turns out like you're just gonna, it's gonna stop soon. And this fell out of nowhere. Like, at the end of July, I had no idea that at the end of August, AwardsCircuit would be a switch off. I didn't know that. And I see like a lot of and I'm glad that I see a lot of other sites coming up. I know, like I said, Joey's starting his own gig, and there's a lot of guys that came up in this whole like stratosphere of Oscar blogging. And I'm influenced heavily. And I have to give shout outs to like Sasha Stone, Nathaniel Rogers, Chris Tapley. For me, that's the Father, Son, Holy Spirit of blogging. Like, those are like always like bow, show your respect, and I was probably the first entryway of like that, when everyone could get a website, and we were on Yahoo Site Builder, and it took an hour to update one page on a website. But now there's like this next generation, and I'm excited to see what it's going to do, and we're part of that next generation. Braverman's got his first critics group now, part of Leha, and great stuff. And one last thing, and then I'm gonna open it up to everyone. I know I'm doing a lot of talking now, but one thing I've been dying like to kind of talk about here is the self-doubt that we put upon ourselves, and then the doubt that others put upon you. And I never like to do like the I told you so, like I'm better than what you thought I was going to be. However, in this kind of moment, I'm going to put this in a better context. you know, I didn't major in journalism. I was really shitty writer, but I'm gonna go be the awards editor at Variety.
Yeah.
I am not dark skinned. I was born in the Bronx, in a very, very poor neighborhood. Single mom, raised 4 kids on her own. I became a member of the African American Film Critics Association. I'm half Puerto Rican. I don't speak Spanish fluently. I like Spanish food, and I get made fun of a lot for not being Puerto Rican enough for the people to embrace. But I started the Latino Entertainment Journalists Association, the first Latino group in the United States. I got made fun of a lot in elementary school, had a really bad bullying life, got bullied a lot in school. Got to high school, slightly better. Again, got made fun of quite a bit because they used to say I wasn't manly enough, or I was too sensitive. Got called gay a lot just because I had, because I would like certain things that were just different, like film, or, wasn't afraid to express himself in a different way, But I see a lot of those classmates now through social media, and I don't know how happy a lot of them are. A lot of them are. I hope, I am not wishing bad upon them. I hope they are happy, but I chased something that everyone thought was impossible, and I got it. And then last thing, personally, didn't have a dad growing up. Have a very, very rough, different relationship. Even now, as I had children, didn't have a good father figure in that regard. But I got to have kids. I got to be a dad, and I hope they agree. I think I'm a pretty good dad to those kids. So no matter what beginnings you guys have in your life, or some type of obstacle, and this bleeds into a lot of stuff that's happening right now in our country, with Black Lives Matter movement, and what we choose to fight for here. I believe that you can have disadvantages in this life. And it's unfair that some of us have to work harder to get over those obstacles. But you never let that be the excuse of why you stop trying. And I hope that somewhere out there, some little version of me in Bronx, New York, is by accident came across this and sees that and will apply it to their everyday kind of life world. With that, I'm just gonna ask a question, then we'll leave it open so you guys can talk a little bit as well. Nick Landry asked Mark, how excited are you to work with Sasha?
It's hard to talk right now, but I'm excited. Very excited. Yeah, Sasha was one of the, like Clayton said, one of the origins of what we do, and she's long been a hero of mine, so I'm excited.
Matt Neglia says, it's for everyone, what's been your favorite memory of being on the podcast or working on AwardsCircuit that you'll never forget? It's a special thank you to all of you for creating countless memories for myself and others. AwardsCircuit memory, what do you guys, I mean, there's a lot, but like what's something that comes to mind for you guys?
I mean, one interesting one is just the first day it was the AwardsCircuit. Clayton and I were there. Like, it was still the same thing, but it was also, this is brand new, and an opportunity, obviously, but also a weird challenge of like, will people, it's the same site, but will people follow us? Like that was the sort of first moment that I remember of, okay, well, this is a challenge. Something's changed. Like we have an opportunity, but we also can't just keep doing the same thing and expect to succeed. I remember that. So that's a positive, but maybe not at the time seemed that way.
Yeah, that first day was AwardsCircuit was 3 columns in HTML format.
Yeah.
And looking right now, it was, oh God, this is awful.
Oh, do a screen share, Clayton.
Huh?
Do a screen share.
Gorgeous.
Why not? Hold on. Oh dear Jesus.
I don't know if everyone remembers their very first article, but I remember mine, and it's crazy that it was on Knocked Up. Like that was the first thing that was published of mine.
That's
Mine
not
was
crazy
about
to me at
Wonder
all.
Woman and being mad that there still wasn't a Wonder Woman movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think mine was something about The Dark Knight Rises. There was a poster or trailer or something.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I think I gave a negative review of Veep.
This is AwardsCircuit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, this is May 5th.
Remember that?
Miles' big openings. Miles Hughes, shout out if you're out there somewhere.
He is.
Kelly Duquette, who still interacts on Oscar predictions here.
I love that my Blu-ray column was still the DVD column.
Year in advance predictions. Revolutionary Road.
Well, you can't always be right. Wait. The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Oh, look, Trial of the Chicago 7.
Wow.
That's what this was all about, guys.
Wow.
Wow.
See, the
That's
against
crazy.
it was will it be finished in time? You were
12 years later.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
So I was
that's
1 for
funny.
5. That's good. Frosty
Hey.
Nixon, Milk, the soloist, Jesus, the readers here. So that's 11. Synecdoche, New York. Wow.
Well, 7 pounds was your To the Wonder there, so whoops.
I mean, not to the what? Where 7 pounds is way down here.
I know, but still, it shouldn't even be on that.
Yeah,
Malik.
and then if you go a little bit, and then our tagline was "The journey to victory begins here."
Sure.
This was one of our first facelifts a year later. This was not.
We were
It's
so
very
happy
important
to.
for Nathan. I think for everyone to know that Nathan did not design this.
Yeah.
I think he wants
This was
everyone
actually
to know
last
this.
week.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep, I remember when it looked like that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Go to 2010. Oh, Wayback Machine is. Whoa.
Oh,
Oh,
nostalgic.
this is when I think WordPress.
Yeah.
Look at that logo.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh.
That's
Hereafter, 4 stars, John Foote. There you go.
Now I know why we're shutting down.
Oh
this
man,
Yeah.
Clayton, I would totally get a T-shirt with that old logo. That is.
It was actually. It wasn't a
That's-
bad logo. I
that's-
liked it.
pretty
yeah.
cool.
That's the retro.
I remember being so happy with the way this looked too.
I mean, not
Yeah.
terrible.
No, it's not
Definitely- I mean, it
bad.
looks-
Listen,
it's not bad.
I'm gonna say, Joey. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not
No,
bad.
It's a mixed bag.
It's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
for the time though, it was right where it should have been.
Let me see what Oscar predictions look like here. Whoa. Woo.
Franco. All right. Hey.
Franco. Mark
Got
Wahlberg.
first there.
First.
Absolutely.
Wait, what is it, August 25th? Actually, this isn't a bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Clayton always was on the ball. Look at that. Oh, Johnny Depp the tourist.
Oh, there it is.
We didn't know yet. We didn't know.
Didn't know.
I love
Should
that
have
you're.
known.
I love that you're against for him was that he might split with the rum.
I know. God.
Oh, the Rum Diary. I think I had him winning for that to start.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a Globe nominee, so it's not crazy.
I mean, like in
mean-
February, March. Like he was my early pick.
2011. Let's travel
This is-
some more.
This is when I came on.
This is where you. Oh, this
Yeah.
is where I went back to this. That was a good idea.
Yeah.
Because I hated because WordPress at the time when it first came out was like not fun to like navigate. Academy Idol. Oh wow.
Oh, Academy Idol.
Weekend opening.
I remember the
Uh,
2012 Academy Idol trailer. That was awesome.
Yeah, Miles Hughes also worked on that too.
That was so cool.
Warhorse,
War
number
Horse.
1.
Tree of Life.
Yeah.
It's also the year we went to sliding scale.
Winnie the Pooh.
Okay. Yeah.
What date is this? Hold on, I need to know the date. May 1st. Oh, May 1st. So it's like the first.
Yeah, early on.
Is that Taylor
Lautner movie?
going
On the road probably wouldn't come out for like another 7 years.
Yeah.
Oh, the high expectations for Super 8 too.
Oh yeah. Winnie the Pooh.
After the trailer, you had to be thinking that had all the
remember when we thought My Week of Maryland was gonna be good?
Moneyball.
Great.
Oh, Abduction.
Oh
What a
my
classic.
gosh.
Shut up! Look at that.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
You got Hugo in there.
Dreamhouse.
Let's go to 2012. See what's going on next. Can the readers actually see this, by the way?
I think
Should be able
so.
to.
I hope so.
I mean, I think we're narrating it all right if I can.
Let me check. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
okay.
pulled up the YouTube. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. Yep, again.
So,
Okay.
so don't let them see that other folder you have on your desktop.
This was the first redesign
Oh wow.
that I actually
Yeah, that's pretty.
invested in, that I actually I paid a lot of money for.
Yeah,
this.
that was nice.
This is what it looked like when I joined the next year. So,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think.
It's fine. Oh, this final. Oh, this was the year in advance again. I think.
Ergo.
It's just final Oscar predictions. Oh, I didn't change that out probably.
2012.
So Argo, Brave, Django, Hyde Park on Hudson, Life of Pi, Lincoln, Master on the Road again. Look at that because we always saw Zero Dark 30, and this is
To the Wonder.
or that became To the Wonder. I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Got Ben Affleck, Paul Thomas Anderson, Roger Michelle, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Hey, good call on that Ben Affleck for director.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Right.
Oops.
There it is. There she is.
Oh, nice.
There she is.
Like the 4th year in a row or something, right?
Yep. Andy
Yeah.
Garcia. Oh my God, that became a
Oh.
TV movie. Don Johnson, Django. I
Hmm.
thought he was gonna be the standout.
Toby Maguire, The Great Gatsby. What a wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. Anne Hathaway. Yeah. It's not. All right. Let's go one more year. Let's go to 2013. Who's on in 2013? Who became anyone come on
I
staff then?
joined in August.
August that year.
Mhm.
Oh God, let's see how bad it got.
Thanks.
Because Karen probably yelled at me, was like, why do we have like all this stuff like everywhere?
This is
No,
embarrassing.
at the time I thought you were still really cool. So
Yeah.
question your choices.
We spent a lot of time looking like this.
Yeah.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Some sites still look like this.
The Wrap actually did this. And actually, I remember why we put a star on
Oh, yeah.
Oscar was gonna sue me.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Fantasy Awards League, we had that for a little while.
Mm.
That was
We
fun.
tried.
Power Hour.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
look at my cute Walking Dead recap.
Oh yeah. I like.
Wait, this is 2013, so I might have had something back then.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking. I don't see anything yet. Though.
I mean, I was actually
Nate-
2011 through 2013. I was one of the main contributors for the news.
Nate,
I had something.
from the aesthetic standpoint of a designer, like how would you
How
rate
much does this hurt?
It's not bad. It's whoa. Oh well.
Yeah.
Look at those photos.
It's mainly just the
Mine too,
color,
right?
the color behind Best Motion Picture. I think that's
Oh.
what's getting me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toyers a slave. Look, I knew in October.
Yeah.
The 1-2.
Monuments Men. Ooh.
Oh, that had all the. I think that was my actually early, like
Probably.
It was the
February
butler.
prediction was Monuments Men.
Yeah. Oh,
And this
you're the year in advance.
was-
Nope, that's not you. Oh, year in advance is down here. Or like American Hustle, August Osage County.
The count.
Counselor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You mean you got to go by the pedigree of these things at that point?
Yeah. Let's go to
Understand.
2014. Shane, I think, do you come in 2014?
Shane had to leave, I think.
Oh, do you left?
she
Dave,
left.
he left.
Yeah, he had to go.
Bye, Shane. I love you.
He can't hear you.
You can hear me if he's rewatching this.
That's a good point.
Now, if he had to go, I don't think he went to just passively watch us instead.
Yeah.
I just don't want to contribute anymore. I just want to listen. No.
How can Wayback Machine work on its website speed?
We should check the Wayback Machine's Wayback Machine for that site to see what they used to do.
2014, we're still looking the same. Let me go 2017, because I think that's when we started looking good-ish. 71. Look at that.
Yeah, I love 71.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
I still remember being pissed off that there's like 7 people in the
I
theater
don't
for
know what
that.
this is. Hold on. That's when the site was down probably on that day.
Right.
Is that when it was down for like a week?
I
And
mean,
people thought it was closing down forever?
there were many times
I do remember that.
we
That
were
was
like shut down for a little while.
Mhm.
Ooh, this is another redesign coming. Weinstein expelled from AMPAs. Look at that.
Hey, I wrote that story. That was fun.
Wonder Woman.
October 13th, Blade Runner 2049. Hi, Tanya, Last Flag Flying. Hey, this isn't bad either.
The square has uniqueness. Ugh.
We have to just
Oh,
Don't look, just don't look, Karen.
it
Don't
hurts
look.
my soul.
Oh,
Quickly.
New Mutants trailer, October 17th, 2017.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh god.
oh, wow.
And now you all can go see it right afterwards.
Yeah, wear a mask.
Oh, dear Jesus. It was following us the whole time. New Mutants at Trial of Chicago 7. That's what.
October 13th, 2017. Wow.
Good
Is that a
Lord.
Friday?
Yeah.
Probably.
Celebrate Friday the 13th with a movie you won't see for 3 more years and 1 pandemic later.
Oh, man. Let's see. Another redesign comes in 2018. It's similar. Hereditary. Election results revealed. Destroyer. Awards profile. That turned out well, Karen.
Aw.
I mean, the Sisters
Hey.
Brothers for me didn't turn out much better.
I got quoted on that DVD, so I'm happy. With
Hey, this is our first
Only
new
they do.
logo. That was done by Steven Pruzikowski. Shout out, Steve.
it. Nice.
That was a good one.
Goes.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time on that logo. Circuit Breaker episode 95.
Man.
Oh man.
Game of Thrones is still good.
Aw.
Let's see. We got next. Oh, something's about to happen. What's all this? Oh, I remember this. This is weird because I think that's closer to now. I don't remember as well. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's literally a year ago. Was this newspaper theme, Nate? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, the beach bum. I see that.
Yesterday.
What was the Irishman story?
I don't think I've ever gotten more negative reactions on a review than for my beach bum review.
You
Oh,
have
really?
predictions?
Oh,
Clearly
people were
don't-
pissed
you
about
don't-
that.
You don't smoke enough marijuana, clearly.
Awards profile for The Truth.
Oh, it came out this year.
6 spots. Sixth
Yeah.
Circuit. Love you, Chris James, wherever you are. Selena Mixner, Queer Girl Friday. Jorge, J. Don Burnham was here.
I think that beach bum screening, Karen, was the first time I met you.
Yeah, I think so.
And we
That's
had
what
two
it
pol-
all.
There
That's-
it is.
Well, that's where we had polar opposites because I liked
Is
this
this
movie, and then I saw
because,
Karen, so I was like, oh no.
That was Ryan. The beach bum was where the next night I was at a Netflix party, and I was talking to one of the reps there about, what have you seen? And I said, oh my gosh, I saw the beach bum last night. And he's like, hey, look out, because we were standing right next to the bar. He goes, oh, hey, look out. And I thought someone was just about to bump into me, and I turned, and it was Matthew McConaughey, and I was about to shit on his movie right to his face.
He was going to pass you a joint, and then he did not.
Probably was so blazed he probably wouldn't have remembered it, Karen.
Oh no, he was definitely aware of his surroundings that night.
This was a Nate and me collaboration.
Hey, look, that's me.
There's our newsletter. You guys can sign up for it if you want.
Yeah, that was a great time.
Does it surprise you that I'm signed up for that?
Yes, actually it does very much.
Yeah, I get that I get that all the time.
Clayton signed everyone up for that, Mark. Don't
No,
think
I
signed
you're on
up.
staff. It automatically connects it, so I think that's why.
I remember signing up for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Well,
and I never unsubscribed.
It would have been nice if you'd read it once in a while.
True story.
Listen, woman, I did.
Oh wow.
It's not the trailers.
Yeah.
Let's see what anyone else got any other memories to share on anything? Favorite memories?
I would like to say.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Gary. You're good.
I would just like to say that I remember. I mean, one of the very first things I went to after I was on staff was like right away. A couple weeks later, you were like, "Hey, you want to go to a film festival?" And you sent me to AFI. And I was standing in line for something. I don't even remember what movie it was. And I was just talking to someone in line, and he was like, "Oh, well, what, who do you write for?" And I said, "Oh, I'm with AwardsCircuit." And he had never heard of it. And then this last year when I was at AFI and I was standing in line, and it was like people would ask who I write for, and I would say AwardsCircuit, and people knew it. Mm-hmm. They recognized it. And it's just, I don't know, for me, I think that was where I was really thinking about just how much it has grown at that point in 6 years. And it was it was just a really cool realization for me, I think.
Yeah. I can remember being at Middleburg last year. I think I've told this story before, but I was at Middleburg not last year, it was like 2 years ago. Whenever The Front Runner came out. 2018.
Yeah, because I watched it right after First Man.
Yep. I went to the screening of The Front Runner, and obviously, like the rest of you, was
best movie of the year.
Was not a fan.
Yeah. Well, not the rest of you.
I came out of the screening, and I ran right into Jason Reitman, and I was like, "Hey." I was like Clayton Davis AwardsCircuit. He was like, "Oh, AwardsCircuit." He's like, "Oscar predictions, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "How am I doing?" And I was like, "I love Tully. It's gonna be so good, man. I am rooting for you for Tully. That's gonna do some damage."
I interviewed him that year for The Front Runner, and I don't think I included in the interview. But when we sat down, we talked about that for a second, and I told him how much I love Men and Children, and he just went, "Fuck off. Like, you can't possibly like that." Like, he's well aware that people hate some of his movies.
Yeah.
At the end of it, he asked, and this has happened once or twice with really good interviews. They'll go, what would you make next if you were me? Like, that's usually a sign of a good conversation. And I was like, "Well, you know what I love?" And he went, "Yeah, that's what the world wants. Another one of those."
I like Men, Women, and Children too, so I'm with you on that one.
There we go.
I ran
Joey,
into
and then Joey told him, "Yeah, just I don't know, make a Ghostbuster or whatever," and then walk out.
I swear that news came out shortly after. I think he was fishing for someone to tell him, like, why don't you take over your dad's franchise? And he'd be like, "Well, funny you should mention it. I am." And I was like, "You should make another drama nobody likes except me."
Yeah, let's not say we did.
Yeah, I ran into Reitman at Telluride the day after, or a day or two after I posted my review of The Front Runner, which wasn't very good. And I was like, but he was very I don't think he knew who I was or anything, but he was very friendly, and I had a quick conversation. I think we were about to see The Favorite. I think that's the same year. And just he seemed like a nice guy, and got a selfie with him and everything, and felt bad about it the whole time.
He was waiting for you to buy him tea, and you didn't.
Yeah, we were out in the rain.
All the time.
That's what they knew you as. They knew you as the Mark, literally, not even your name, but you're a Mark. You can just buy someone a drink.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have a story similar to Karen's about them knowing the site and stuff. And I think it was the first year I went to Telluride. I was a little more shy my first year at Telluride. I didn't get selfies or anything like that. I just kind of was taking it all in and tweeting and posting reviews. And I'll never forget it because it was so odd to me still. But I got on the plane to come home, and I was a little depressed because it was over and whatnot. But the woman behind me was like, "You're Mark Johnson from AwardsCircuit," and I'm like, what the hell? Like somebody recognized me.
Yeah.
She's like, I've been following you. I'll tell you right. You did a great job. And it just was like awesome. Just like a weird feeling of.
Yeah, that's one of the weirdest things that happens.
Yeah.
When people kick you out of a crowd and you're like, wait, like, and I
Yeah.
immediately want to call the police. So I'm like, who are you? And you know my name. I get very,
at that same party where I almost embarrassed myself in front of Matthew McConaughey, I'm just standing there and this woman walks up to me and she says, "Are you Karen Peterson?" And I was just like, why?
And right.
What did I do?
I came out of a screening of The Room, like a midnight screening, like a Friday night with a couple of my friends, and somebody like pointed me out and asked if I, said my name and said what I write for him, and I thought I was gonna be murdered, honestly. Like I didn't. Like I thought they had a copy of like
New York at
1:30.
That's a fair assumption.
Yeah, like 1:30 in the morning when somebody recognizes you that you don't know. It's not a great feeling. It was great afterwards, but the moment you're like, yes.
Isn't that funny how the people in the big cities are like scared when somebody recognizes them? This Midwest kid is like, "What? You know me? What?
Yeah.
Take a picture together. Tell me more."
Well, and that being said, I just want to say,
security number.
and that being said, like just anybody who is watching this or anybody who's been readers over the years, I personally love it when folks come up to me and want to talk about AwardsCircuit and stuff. So I don't want to discourage that at all. Please do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just be careful how you go about it.
I'm not armed.
Yeah, Matt Passantino.
Karen, I did that to you at Sundance. I met you at Sundance after. I was like, wait a minute, that name looks familiar. And we talked after
I
that night.
recognized your name on your badge though, so it wasn't creepy.
Yeah.
And then you had to go on and read my negative review of Shape of Water.
Oh. No.
Damn. Who did you not like more, Ryan or Matt Passantino?
I think both equally. Hey, don't you take first place ribbon away?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it only was
hard for that spot, man.
Yeah.
I think it was only made worse because I wrote a positive review of the Book of Henry.
Whoa. Okay. I like Matt.
That's what's called a take.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alan, what do you got?
I would say the coolest thing was when you sent me to Leica, and you were like, "I'm
Oh,
so
cool.
jealous that you get to go,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna forever be jealous, but you need to go do this." And it was like a whirlwind. It was like within a week, they were like, "Hey, we booked you the flight," and then I was in Portland, and I was like, "Okay, I've never been on one of these press junkets before," so I went out and bought food, not realizing they were gonna pay for all of it.
Yeah.
And I spent my own money anyway because I was like, I'm so excited to just be here.
Yeah.
And to have had the opportunity to go check out a studio that is still, like, to me, one of the most unique studios working today.
It was for Missing Link, right?
It was for Missing Link. For Missing Link.
That's awesome.
And so they were celebrating their 10 years of Coraline. So they had the Coraline dolls out, and they had all, it was just like so cool. Different to like be there and touch the stuff and just know how much love goes into it, and to talk to the people who made it on a day-to-day basis. It was one of the coolest experiences I've ever done.
There's
awesome. Anything.
There's something really special about all the firsts as you go through this. The first time you see a movie before it comes out.
Yeah.
You just on the basics. The first time you do an interview with someone, the first time you're at an event, first time you're on a junket, the first time you're in a critics group, all these things that I know some of us are, and I know I am, like, guilty of taking for granted at a certain point. You just sort of, this is what happens, but it is unusual for someone to be told, like, hey, we want to show you the trailer to a movie before it comes out. Like, can we take you to a private event with, Robert De Niro to show you a trailer for The Irishman before we show it to everyone? Like, that's not a normal thing to happen. And I know back to like when I started,
awesome.
When Johnny Alba was like, come write for the Oscar, I was a sophomore in college and I was going to be a police officer, which, well,
I remember that.
Yeah. Like to switch to now, like I'm, in Critics' Choice, like all these things that change you. It's important to like pay attention because time flies.
Yeah.
Like Meet Joe Black, Anthony Hopkins, like it all went by like so fast.
Yeah. I remember I was talking with family at the holidays, and people were like, "Oh, you're still doing that writing and everything." And I'm like, "Yeah, because they always like, oh well, good thing you got the job, day job and everything, and they thought it was just a hobby." And then I was telling them, "Yeah, I write for this place, but then I write for AwardsCircuit." And one of my cousins went, "AwardsCircuit? You write for them?" And it was like, yes. And so I think that before I even got like somebody to say, "Oh, cool, Ryan," or for your job, it was family recognition. Like that was for me, that was big. And then going to screenings and just it's so, well, I don't know if we'll ever go to screenings ever again, but just the way that things are going. But when I was able to go, talking to other press members that are in my local area, not even knowing how many that we had, and I wouldn't have that opportunity without writing for us. And then Clayton was up for giving me the idea of letting me go in with Karen to South by, and then fate had it that a pandemic came in and canceled all those plans.
I knew Karen caused COVID, and now I'm sure of it.
She was like, "I don't have to write with
100% patient zero."
COVID.
I would like to clarify, Ryan, that Clayton didn't decide to take you to South by. I did.
Oh, well, then she definitely came on with the COVID idea and definitely was like, "Bring it."
Yeah. It was meant to be a Texas.
I don't know who makes this. I figured it was one of
I'm just saying, you think I hate you. I wouldn't
No,
let you come with me.
I have never said that.
We say that.
Yeah,
We
y'all.
say
They
that.
say that, and then I just assume, and then
listen.
I'm sitting here with no South by that we didn't have. So
We have our angles. Karen hates Ryan. Mark's a doddering old fool. Like, we know what we go for.
That's
and they're all
true.
based on just
That is the other thing that has been so great over the last year or so, is being welcomed by you four, primarily as sporadically a guest on the podcast. And I know Karen was I was still able to talk with Karen on my show about the Oscars and her experience that she had last year, but to talk with Mark, Sam, Clayton, and Joey, I believe, after the Oscars, that was like the first time. I mean, usually I watch the Oscars, I talk with my wife, and my wife's like, "All right, we got to go to bed. Like, I don't want, we've been up all night. It's been a long show." Right. And to like talk with everyone and process it and go along the ride with all you guys. I mean, and then to be on some of the ACA episodes. And I mean, that was just as great as any piece of writing, is just be able to talk with you guys and know that was like a possibility, to be on that podcast that I listened to for every episode. So that was pretty legit.
Joseph Braverman, gotta give you a moment to share your memory.
Personally rewarding, I would say some of the big names that have kind of looked into our site is Ava DuVernay. She's been a huge supporter and champion of us. I mean, I'm talking about going back to 2012. I remember she just released through her distribution company a little small movie called Restless City, and she reached out to us. I think we were one of the only people to review her movie, and she took our opinion very heavily, and so that was amazing. And I remember a couple of years later, she would retweet a review I wrote, and she was always kind of pushing us forward, and a huge fan. So that was exciting to see someone with such a big name hold such dear support for our site.
Yeah. Ava has been a big supporter. I don't think she's watching, but if you are, or anyone that like,
she does follow a lot of us on Twitter.
I know.
So she
really
probably knows.
Tell her I love her and thank you for everything. She also gives the best hugs, like, in Hollywood. Like, she is just the sweetest, best person. And Braverman, what I thought, I was trying to think of some stuff like what do I think of first when I think of like you guys in terms of what you've contributed to the site. I still have somewhere here to pull it out. I believe you were the first writer to ever get an FYC quote for The Impossible.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was.
One of my first one. That was really special. But no, huge. I still put it on resumes and stuff. It was a big life moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you were the very first one in the entire, and that's even above me. Like, you got that first one. So
I credit Joseph for keeping track of things that I don't even remember sometimes. Like when Argo won, he was like, I think you had that in your year in advance. I was like, did I? And then you made me go, yeah, no, I did. Definitely. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, but at the time I was like, I don't remember that. Oh
yeah,
shit, I was right. Thank you. So there's something about having a community like this where you know what everyone's up to, because when one person does well, everyone does well. It's unique. It's rare.
Yeah. Bradley, short time, but what's been favorable?
Mine would actually be from
5 hours ahead of us, so that's always.
Yeah, is this like Tenet style? Can you tell us what the rest of it?
I can tell you what's going to happen. Yeah,
very good.
But no, one of my favorite memories actually be from before I was working here. It would have been about 3 years ago, I think. I was sat in a lecture, and I can't remember what film that they were. The other students were like presenting, but we had to do like a lecture on it. And they had like one page, and it was like, oh, this is all the awards they won. And they were like, it won like 3 Oscars, 2 Golden Globes, and it won 3 AwardsCircuit Community Awards. And I loved that. And I asked them afterwards, I said, do you know of AwardsCircuit? And they were like, no, what is AwardsCircuit? I just loved that they'd just gone onto IMDb, looked at what they'd won.
The irony of Clayton not being thrilled by that anyway.
Oh, and I still don't know. I didn't put the ACA on IMDb, so that was like some readers or whatever that did that. So I will always be like thankful for that. Hopefully they update it with all this stuff that we're doing now, so it can just live there, because I'm gonna need a reference to it at some point.
That's crazy.
Cool, that is crazy. Steve, you're a shorter time as well, but I think you spoke about it with Comic-Con.
So yeah, at Comic-Con, you sent me there. I'll do the abbreviated version, but it changed my life. My career had gone in a direction that the career led it to, but I didn't lead. And while I was in the red carpet for Spider-Verse, Lauren Velez and I had a moment talking about representation in film, and she called. And on the way there, I'm carrying bags on a bike. The craziest. I should write a short story about it. The craziest moment, and then it leads to this. And she calls me out from behind the camera. She said, "Come here," and she gave me a hug. And I'm like, at first I didn't know what was going to go on. And she said, "Come over here," and she grabs me, hugs me, and then we talked, and she came back and she gave me another hug. And I thought, it's amazing that film always affected me, but now I kind of created this connection that I could, and it inspired me to go back in and start digging the path and working my way back toward what I want to do, not where my career had led me. And thank you. It was awesome. It is awesome.
Freemeyer. This is gonna be your interesting take, because there's never writing, so you're always behind the scenes.
Yeah, no.
You are the wizard. They just pulled back the curtain and they're like, this is him.
No, but I'm not the wizard. Like, I'm just like trying to channel what you're, I don't know. So that's the part that I appreciated the most, was just collaborating with you, Clayton. Clayton is just a really great person to collaborate. He's inspiring, but then he, like, I don't know, he let me have input into probably far too many things. As a I don't know, it was really beautiful to see his vision for the site. And he brought me in to like collaborate on the vision for the site, which was a pretty amazing thing. Yeah, and in doing so, it kind of, yeah, like Steven, it's kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
But it kind of redirected things, because it allowed me to have confidence to do what I was inspired to do, outside of the career path and the channel that the easy channel, or the channel that the career wants to take you.
Yeah.
You do a great job.
Yeah. All of you guys did a great job.
Yeah.
Does anyone feel like this is like the ending of Lost all over again?
You mean bad?
Super confused.
No, I don't think.
Oh no!
Stop it, Clayton.
I mean,
Mark,
perfect.
I
have suspected you might have died several times. So yeah.
I'm gonna read through this last bit, and then I have something I want us to go out on. I think it's the best thing to go out on because I don't want.
You're replaying your argument with Robert
like,
Dark Knight Rises.
Ralph Van de Sanden. Sorry. Hi, Ralph from the Netherlands here. Followed you since the Oscar Igloo. Aka is one of my favorite things. Will you keep on going with that on Variety or on separate site? Aka is AwardsCircuit, so no, I'm not bringing it to Variety. Maybe there's some way we can do internet version or something like that. We could explore that, but we'll let some time pass. And I don't want to American Idol this and cancel and then bring it up on another network the next year. and all that. Christian Palmer, AC was a key part that influenced my decision to go to film school and renewed my love for film. I had always hoped that it would be long enough for AC to review one of my films, I'll Miss You All. I can review it at Variety, and we can read on Awards Daily, and We Live Entertainment. We got you covered. Josh Parham, cannot say how much AC has meant to me over the years. I found a great community, and it helped my passions for writing about film. Hearty thanks to all of you. I know your futures will be bright. Josh Parham is awesome. Great guy on Twitter. Jake K, this is a cool one for us to share out. For everyone, what's your favorite Oscar acting winner?
Ever? Or?
I think just for the moment, it created probably Lupita Nyong'o for 12 Years a Slave.
Good one.
Nicolas Cage.
If I have a favorite, I'm just gonna say Tilda because I called that and it was a long shot.
This isn't my favorite, but I still think it's very, very cool that Denzel won for Training Day.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't seem like anything they would actually ever do.
Yeah. The first thing that came to my head was Regina King, but I think in terms of like watching it unfold in the moment, not even due to quality, Adrian Brody's win was pretty memorable. Like I'll always remember that.
And
Go
ahead.
I was really happy when Julia Roberts won for Ian Brock.
That's a good one too.
I loved, and I know this isn't a popular one, but I loved when Roberto Benigni won. I loved that movie. I loved his performance, and his reaction I thought was awesome. And watching him walk on the back of the chairs up to the
it's a cool moment for like
it's a great moment.
Yeah.
At the very least.
I think Mahershala Ali for Moonlight was the first time I really got teary-eyed during a win. Because I wanted it to happen so bad, even though I knew it was happening.
Yeah.
I think that's a big one.
That's a good one.
I think
good.
Ledger.
Keith Ledger.
Yeah. I mean
for a different reason.
Just because it's so sad and
and it's a great performance.
It's a wonderful performance, and his family going up there and accepting the award.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those heartbreaking moments. Everybody
I like Kathy Bates, and I thought she really brought the page to life. It was amazing.
Yeah. I don't think I was watching the Oscars then, or if I did, I don't remember it as much. It was 91. I was 7. Mark.
F you.
7.
I remember watching Dustin Hoffman win for Rain Man and talking about how Tom, if I remember it correctly, this is Karen will probably be able to correct this, but I remember him talking about Tom Cruise and how he will be there eventually one day too. And we're still kind of waiting for that moment.
Oh man.
So
David Bennett asks, is there a way to go back to listen to the original Power Hour? And maybe on Stitcher Radio. If you go to Stitcher, you might be able to find some of them there. Definitely not all of them. I think a lot of them are.
Let me check iTunes.
Yeah, it could be on iTunes too. Yeah, it might be out there somewhere. But see if you can find it.
Everyone just wants to listen to our Dark Knight Rises episode again.
That's always going to be one of the big ones.
That and Mark drunk on Oscar night.
Which night?
Andrew says the year I first started reading, this site helped me build a passion for film that I'll never let go of. Thank y'all for the memories and laughs. Ryan McDermott says Fantasy Awards League was the best.
Rigged.
Let's see. Sarita Linda 64. Hello from Guatemala. Thank you for reviewing and shining a spotlight on Guatemalan films, and thanks for all the fun times. Big shout out to Shane Slater, who was like big on all the foreign cinema. Like that's why we brought him on board to like literally do all that. So he's a big part of that.
And Robert Hamer before that even.
Yeah, Robert
was big on that.
Big on that. Yeah, absolutely. Jazz T, thank you, Award Circuit, to just send a shout out. That's a lotto. I won. I like film Twitter is full of terrible people.
Yeah, she's
and
the best.
I get to work with Jazz and Janelle Riley, who are two of the nicest.
Yeah, so jealous of you.
And I am a monster. Like they're going to hate me so much. Scott Menzel came on.
Hey.
Clayton, you should be so proud of all you accomplished. You achieved something that so few have been able to. You poured your heart and soul into the site, and it showed your hard work paid off. Scott, same for you for Hollywood Critics Association.
Yeah.
And thanks for taking the children I'm abandoning and raising them. You guys are 12 years old because your Award Circuit 12 years old, so they're taking you like in that awkward phase of your life. So yeah, look at it that way. Ryan said, if by the end of Lost you mean that everyone is immediately going to move on to their leftovers and do really well elsewhere, then sure.
I hate you. Who was that? So I can block them on Twitter? Who?
Ryan McDermott.
Okay.
Yep. Wasn't me. It wasn't
right.
Me.
No.
Oh, man. And Ryan McDermott.
I don't follow you?
Nope.
What? I don't even know who I do follow.
And we've all thought Karen hated me, right?
Oh no, Ryan! I gotta follow you right now. I'm sorry.
He followed me and then he unfollowed me.
I'm giving Ryan.
I did.
Yeah.
I don't even unfollow people unless you were talking about Republican stuff.
Oh
no! Come on, no.
That's usually the only thing I clear out of my social media is the crazy
JK
people.
says, Karen, your dog is adorable.
Thank you. That's not my dog.
Caleb Fleener asked us what's our favorite Oscar category. I mean, that's picture, I guess, but
yeah, picture followed by cinematography, maybe.
Stunt work.
Score.
My favorite artisans to talk to are production designers.
I love talking to composers a lot.
Original screenplay.
Cinematographers. They're the best to talk to.
Original screenplay for me.
Yeah, that's where all those stories. Those
I do love that all of us who do have dogs don't have our dogs here. They're not interested in this. Only Karen.
No.
This really isn't my dog. I'm just hanging out with her today.
She's a kidnapper of dogs. All right, I'm gonna read the last two comments. Wait, I'm gonna read the last two comments and then we're going out on something. So Nick Landry, thank you, Award Circuit team, for 12 years of great memories. I am a better movie watcher and awards predictor because of you. Thank you. I don't know. Some people in some forums elsewhere may think otherwise. I'm predicting.
Hey, we're better than some.
Yeah, better than most.
I was gonna say we're up there.
Yeah.
You know, tweet out nonsense. And Ryan McDermott, I'm giving you the last one because you submitted the most cinephile showdowns in all our episodes, and I feel like I give you the last comment before I go out on what we want here. So Ryan McDermott says, AC took me from a level 0 cinephile all the way to where I am now at a level 1 cinephile. And it cannot be overstated how much this site has helped
progress
me grow as a film lover. Thank you all so much.
He's ahead of Mark now, so we're good.
Yeah. So
possibly.
Because I'm gonna probably lose my shit in about 10 seconds and cry a lot. But I thought so we don't have to see that and also see Mark crying. I thought there would be more.
I know. I'm like, let me get my glasses.
Yeah, I know.
This hides a little bit.
What I'm gonna do is I was trying to think of maybe like an appropriate song to go out on. And I was trying to find like some different stuff. I was trying to see what captured the moment or whatever. Originally, I was thinking of playing Falling Slowly from Once, and then I said like, no, like I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
So it's hard out there for a pimp is what's gonna get it.
Yeah,
right?
it's hard out here for a pimp is pretty appropriate. So this is it has no significant movie meaning or anything like that. I think lyrically, it just kind of captures where we are in this moment. So I'm going to share the screen the song you guys can look up afterwards in case you don't hear it as well. And then after that, I'm just going to click end and be off because I'm going to be like a bawling mess. So for the last time, before I do that, Joey, where can they follow you?
At Joey Maggoton, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. At Awards Radar coming very soon.
Matt Passantino.
You can find me on Twitter at Matt Passantino.
Steve Prusakowski.
Follow me at Film Snork on Twitter and at Awards Radar as well.
Bradley Weir.
You can follow me on Twitter, Brad98, 2Ds, 2Zs.
Joseph Braverman.
You can follow me on Twitter at jbraverman1, and I'll be writing for We Live Entertainment very shortly.
Ryan McQuaid.
You can find me on Twitter at Ryan McQuaid77. You can follow my work at In Session Film, Film Speak, Awards Radar, and Awards Watch.
Nathan Freemeyer.
Not sure why you would, but at Nathan Freemeyer on
Why
Twitter.
wouldn't we?
No, we want to.
Listen, anyone big watching
I
and
just
wants the
retweet
website
things.
to look good, like
Go to
not
me.
for free, pay Nathan Freemeyer. He would be worth every dollar, every single dollar. Mark Johnson.
At Mark Likes Movies and at Awards Daily.
Maybe one day you'll start liking movies.
Yeah.
One of these days.
Does he though?
Karen Peterson.
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Karen M. Peterson, and starting this week at We Live Entertainment and also at Citizen Dame.
Yep. And the handles are still alive, so you can follow me at AwardsCircuit. I'm keeping those, so you can follow me everywhere on those. So before I play the song, I don't know if anyone ever, that the readers know, or you guys have looked recently, the AwardsCircuit mission statement and our core values that we have adopted here over our entire time. And I want to say, because I hope that we lived up to these, and I'm going to take these with me because they're my personal core values as well, and I hope all you guys will as well. Our mission statement was to connect, create, and communicate with the global passion of film and television while recognizing innovative and diverse expressions. We had 5 core values. We have five core values: community acceptance, diversity advocation, passionate excellence, positive collaboration, professional integrity. I think we did all that. So with that, I'm going to share my screen. I'm a ball on the side. And for the final time, to all our readers out there, we'll see you at the movies. Thanks for being around with us.
Take care.
Bye.
Hold on. This is going to take a second. Make a funny noise, Mark.
Woo.
You've just talked.
Yeah, you could have just talked.
I'm like, I'm not a good sound effect person.
Yeah.
That is true.
All right. Everyone that's on, make sure you mute yourselves just so we don't pick up any background feedback and stuff. So here we go. Cry your eyes out if you feel like it. See what happens? I love you guys, and we'll see you soon.